Hi everybody, this is Mr. Lu. Today, I'm going to bring you some bad news. Usually, I always try to bring good news, try to give people very strong encouragement, very positive thing. But the truth of the matter is that right now in the world, I can see some possible risk that I want to call out, especially for the stock market, and I think we should be mindful of. So before we start, if you want to get regular alerts of things that are happening that are possibly that impact to your stock market and your wealth, consider subscribing and give this video a like. So, the two bad news that I want to bring to you is number one, that oil prices are rising. In fact, oil prices are rising to a 9-month high. Okay, 9-month high, and this is very worrying, right? Because oil prices rise at 9-month high. Oil prices is a key component of our CPI, and if that sets inflation up, guess what? Then the Federal Reserve will stop the interest rate from falling and keep it high, or even raise the interest rate. So it's a kind of worrying, right? So why is the oil prices rising? And it's because the OPEC, which is the Organization of Petroleum Exporting Countries, have reduced their supply. Okay, these are culprits like Saudi Arabia, Russia, and a few other countries. I can't remember all of them, but they have cut down the supply in order to raise the prices, and that's kind of worrying because right now we are experiencing very high prices already, and this could set the petrol prices that has been high, but it came down recently, and then it's going to go up again. So it's a dampener if this would happen. So inflation has a risk of going up. This thing will have an immediate effect on the inflation rate globally. So if I can see, the Federal Reserve can also see it, and that could set the interest rate higher or stagnant. Okay. The next thing, it's a situation that is in US that is unique. The actual house prices that's been falling is now rising again, and that's very unique to US. And why is it rising? Well, the simple reason is that although demand has fallen because interest rate is so high right now, the supply has fallen as well. So when supply fall, it brings up prices as well. And why is supply falling? Because the people are not selling their house. Why are they not selling? The simple reason is because the existing house owner has locked in a low interest rates. Their interest rates are not like the Singapore or Malaysian interest rate where you are locked in for 2 years, 3 years, that kind of thing. They are locked in for 20, 30 years. Very, very long, right? So who's going to give up their very, very low interest rate and change and sell a house and get a high interest rate? So nobody is selling. I'm not saying nobody, very few people are selling. In fact, most of the people who buy their house right now, they use all cash. Yeah, they use all cash, so they don't get hit with the high interest rate. So US house prices, okay, is now on the rise after a 5-month fall, and that's very worrying as well, because the house prices, when it rise, okay, will be a key component of the CPE inflation index, right? So now this one fortunately has a lag effect, very, very lag effect. So we won't see this impact coming immediately, but it will come eventually. So it's funny, right? You increase interest rates to curb inflation of houses, but this has the reverse impact right now of cutting supply of houses. So this is a unique thing to US. So the Federal Reserve is going to meet again and decide what to do in interest rates. Everybody is betting that they're going to not increase, but warn everybody that they could increase, So it could be a dovish hawk, okay? A dovish hawkish stance, right, that they're taking. So let's not be surprised if the market doesn't react very well to it. So what we can do with our stock market, we should observe and see. I wouldn't overreact to this, but certainly, get ourselves psychologically prepared that there could be some dark clouds in the horizon, not storm, but just some dark clouds, and possibly cause a drizzle. We shouldn't overreact to some of this news that comes up, but when it hit you, at least know that this is an anticipated shock, not so bad. For me, I'm just living my life, right? I spent the last 96 hours working on the 9/9 sales for my business, and I got totally keep myself out of the market, just ignore it and just live on life, right? So so if you notice, I've slimmed down a little bit, right? Slimmed down a little bit. I've nearly broke through 70 kilo to below 70 kilo, right? Just on the borderline now. Not bad for 90 kilo 90 kilo in COVID time till now. I hope to go even lower, right? So just sharing you my life, okay? So if you find this news useful, consider subscribing, and please hit a like, okay? Thank you, and signing off, Mr. Lu in Europe. Bye bye.